Hello students, till the last class we have discussed that the different data types in MySQL. So using these data types, how to create tables, these things we have to discuss, because as we know the database contains different tables, and under this table we have to insert the values. Okay, so we have mastered the concept of tables. Without tables a relational database doesn't exist. Okay, the relational database, the definition already it was discussed in the first class I think. Under the database, if the data are stored in different tables and if the tables are related to each other, this is called relational database. So we must know how to create the table in MySQL. So before that we must have little bit knowledge about the table, MySQL tables. I have given one example here. And this is the table. As we know, the table is a collection of rows and columns. Okay, so first line of the table, the heading row, you can see it can be said as field 1, field 2, field 3, field 4. I have written shortcut F1, F2, F3. These are field. Okay, this the name of this field can be said as, now you see, fields, columns or attributes. Okay, so how many columns are there, how many fields are there? Number of fields are 4 in this table. So this is the degree of the table. Sometimes it may ask you that what is the degree of a table. So you can say the number of columns in a table is known as degree of the table. The definition you will find in the book. So this is the degree, and the rest of the things you can see the rows. How many rows are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows. So these rows may be known as rows, or it may be said as records, items, entities, units. These are the different names of the rows. The maximum times we'll use rows or records. These two terms maximum time it is used. Okay, another very popular already you got in class 8 I think, tuple. Okay, rows are also known as tuple, T-U-P-L-E, tuple. So here the number of rows are what? How many? 5. Number of rows are 5. This is known as cardinality of a table. The definition of cardinality: the number of rows in a table is called cardinality, and number of rows in a table is number of field in a table is called degree of a table. Remember, someone may write that the number of columns in a table is called degree, and number of records it is known as cardinality. This is correct, but sometimes it is seen that some students used to write like this: rows are known as cardinality, the columns are known as degree. So columns are known as fields, columns are known as attributes. The number of columns it is degree. In the similar way, okay, the number of rows you must have to mention, and number of columns. Now see the definition you will find here. The definition of the table, as you know, it is a collection of rows and columns, as we know. Here the definition of degree and cardinality you will find. Now as we have a table will must have a name. Okay, I have not written here name. So table will always have a name. Whenever you create any table, you used to give a name. Okay, so when you prepare a routine also, the table has a name, that it is a routine or something else. So how to give this name? Now what are the rules to give the names? So these are the rules, some common rules you have found already in JavaScript variable. Okay, in XML also you have found something you will find common. So first one, you see, a name can contain maximum 30 characters. This is most important. This, the more than 30 characters a table name cannot contain. Maximum 30 characters, so remember this one. And this is the common, it can contain letters, small letters, capital letters, or numbers 0 to 9. You have got such kind of rules earlier also in JavaScript variable naming. Uppercase, lowercase, and digits can be stored. A table name should begin with alphabet. That one also you have got. The JavaScript variable name should not start with numbers. So here is similar. It should not start with number. Always it should start with alphabets. A special character underscore can be used. This one also we have got. And last one also we have got that reserved words. In JavaScript some reserved words are different. Like what? Where, if, while, for. These are the reserved words. These reserved words cannot be as your keyword. Reserved words also are keyword, similar thing. So we cannot give a table name using such kind of reserved words. So this is the rules Okay, these are the rules to create a table, to give a table name. Okay, now how to create a table in MySQL. So what is the syntax? Syntax I have given very shortcut here. You can find the syntax to create a table. Very nicely you have to check, because if you do a single mistake also, it will be wrong. These commands can be written in capital letter, small letter, already I told you. Create table name. Here one keyword can be written, if not exist. This is not this is optional, you can omit also. So I have not written, and it is not followed in MySQL. Maximum times we used to omit this part. As we know, to create, we have to use create command. So create table name you have to give. This is the syntax. Then column name 1, first column of your table, or maybe as we have discussed while discussing the data type, that every column will have the different data types, and you have to mention the data type. Okay, so column 1 or maybe field 1, then the data type you have to write, and size, if it is given, what is the size always should be written in the bracket, remember. And then constraint, this constraint will be given in your exam. Now what is constraint we will discuss here. Then in the similar way, after writing, completing this one, you have to put comma, not semicolon. Then column 2, then similarly data type, then size again if it is there any constraint, comma. At last finishing all the columns, and at last you have to put semicolon, close the bracket and semicolon. Just remember the syntax. Create table name, bracket starts, and at the end you have to close the bracket first, that means parenthesis, then put semicolon. Now what is constraint here? So constraints are some rules which rules will give some restrictions while entering the data to the table. As we have got the definition of primary key in class 9 also, there are different types of key also. You have got primary key, candidate key, okay, and composite key. So what is a key in a table? So in a table always we have a field, and that field always will have unique values, and this field is known as primary key. Like if you make a student table, in a student table one column will be their roll number. So roll number, it is always unique. Roll number 1, only one students, 2 another. So you will not find that one students have two students having the same roll number. So if we want to uniquely recognize a student, say roll number 1 comes, only one student, 2 come, 2. In a table we have to recognize each row, because we have a different rows in a table. So each row we have to recognize uniquely. For that we need a primary key. So here it may be key or field which will give always will have the unique values to uniquely recognize. There will no duplicate values for that particular column. Okay, here what does it mean? Null value should not be, that means unknown or undefined. You cannot make it empty, you cannot leave it, you must give values for that primary field. Then not null constraint may be. If it is not null, the value must be given in that column, you cannot omit. So these things we will follow when we will enter the values to the columns. Okay, as a record or rows we will enter, insert, how we will insert that time. These things should be maintained. That once you have given one values to a primary key, the same values for the next record you cannot give. You have to change every time. In the similar way, not null, if it is there for any field in that particular column, you must give value, you cannot leave it empty. That's a field must contain value and should not be left empty. Null value should not be. And last one is null. Other constraints also are there, but in your syllabus only 3 constraint is sufficient. Null, default, this is default constraint. If it is not written any constraint, like primary key also not written, not null also not given, then your default constraint is always null. This is a very important question. What is the default constraint? Default constraint is null, means that particular field may have values or may not be. That means you can you can put values or you can leave it as your it can be left empty. Okay, so this is the value of null. So among these among these three, primary key, not null or null, you have to write in this constraint. If it is the first column, always it comes as a primary key, so you have to mention here primary key. It comes in your example, it will be given to you. Okay, so let's see one example we will solve in the book. You can see here all informations are given. In that way it will come in your exam. In that way it will come. Here you see not null, that whatever we have discussed here, the syntax already is discussed here. Here it is asked to create a table. The name of the table it is given here, you can see student table, student table. So you can see field name may be given, sometimes it may be column name, then data type, then size, then constraints. The same sequence also we have to follow here: column name, data type, size, constraint, same order. So now see column name, first column rule number, then name, then total marks, grade, date of birth. So in this way, if we create a table, so in that way you have to write this one. You see first roll number, according to this format you have to see roll number, then data type was given int, you can see in your book. Size was not given, so you can no need to write. Then constraint is given primary key. After that you see in the syntax comma it comes, you match with this syntax, okay, comma comes. So here we have given comma. The next column name is name, then data type worker, then size is given 20, see in your book, then constraint is given not null, then comma, then total marks int. Here it is nothing given, constraint means null, okay, default constraint is null. Then like that grade is their date of result, but it is not null. So what does it mean? Primary key means roll number field you must give values when we enter the value. Till now we have not entered, just we are creating an empty field. The name field will have their name column will be there. In this name column you must give value for each record because it is not null. Total marks you can give or you may make it empty. Grade also similar, you can give or you may left it, okay, leave it. The date of result you must give values. So this is the example that to create a table using the given information or given details. This details it is given from here. You can see all the things we have followed very nicely. After that, if you want to display the structure, this is the structure of the table, okay, this is the structure, all information, this is the structure. So this structure if you want to display in your computer monitor, then you have to write what? This is the following command: describe keyword or DSC students can be written. You can see here it is given. To display the structure of a table you have to use DSC table name, this is the syntax, or describe the table name. Now according to this table that just now we have created a student table, so to display the structure of the table, what command should be written here? You have to write what? For example, you have to write DESC student, then semicolon. If you write that one, what will come? DESC student. If you write, then the structure of the table will be displayed. Okay, let's see. Let me type like that. What command should be written? DESC, then student, then semicolon. So this command you have to write semicolon, not colon, huh? This is semicolon. If you write this command, then it will display the structure of the table. Now I have given a homework to create. So create a table. The table name it is employee, and these are the following information. The structure it is given. So this is your homework. You just to do it and click a photo with your name and roll number on it. Just to write your name and you can send to my WhatsApp number. Okay, up to this much today, and the next class we will discuss how to insert values in the table. Okay, thank you.